Oh my God, your poor dad.
All right, welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
And welcome our poor mom. Yay.
Welcome.
That's when you talk. You say thank you for having me.
I was trying to.
Oh, you were?
Let her speak her own words.
Do we have Bailey too on our hands?
No. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for birthing me.
Coming in real hot.
If you are not on our Spotify or YouTube, then you can't see that we have a fourth guest with us. And she's not the fourth Brant sister, although some people think she is.
True.
She's the Brant sister numero 0.
She's the originator.
Yeah. She birthed us out of her vagina with 0 meds. Our poor mom. So
I did always think it should be called Our Poor Mom.
Well,
you would like that, wouldn't you?
One,
I would.
Yeah, one, you would like that. 2, that's kind of the whole point. It's like, oh, your poor dad, when it should be your poor mom. Like, that
is the never point. Your poor mom.
Yeah, the thing about having all girls is that I feel like the dads kind of get it easy because like we just kind of like dote on the dad, and like the dad doesn't know what to do with girls, so it all falls on the mom.
Go ask your mother.
Tell me about how much you dote on your dad.
I don't dote on anyone. Paige is the one that dotes on our dad the most.
True. But I dote on mom.
Yeah, you're like the good middle ground.
However, what was the question about if dad killed you?
Oh no, I asked you once. I said, what would you do? Because we were watching like some Kardashian show and they were like talking about how they sat on their dad's side of the courtroom and then Chris sat on the other side. And I was like, Paige, if that was mom and dad, what side would you sit on? Like if dad was on trial for murdering mom. Because I wanted to see how far you would go.
Well, I think I asked like, what did mom do?
Yeah.
What you said were your exact words were, well, what did she do to deserve it?
Well, because dad is a rational man. And so...
No, dad is very... Like, you haven't lived with dad in a while.
I
If
haven't.
you've lived with dad, like, he gets so flustered all the time. Like,
Okay,
I
but
would say
over-
80% of the time, he is buzzing at a flustered scale.
But over small
Paige
things.
does too.
Exactly.
No, Paige-
over small things.
Paige cannot react, like, to something that's just, like, casual. Like, she has to go to, like, a 10 and then bring
Just
it.
like dad.
She needs to get this... You guys are like little teapots. You're short and stout.
We truly are. And that's the thing though. Dad and I have the exact same temper as well. So it's like we'll build up, we will lash out, and then we feel so much better. And then we're over. We don't hold a grudge.
100%. You guys are over it.
You want to
It's
know who
done.
holds grudges?
Us.
You two.
Yeah.
Ding,
Oh,
ding,
I'm
ding.
still holding a grudge for everything you guys have ever done to me.
Bailey, I feel like you're the outlier.
Who even knows what's going on on in Bailey's head?
I don't even know what's going on in my head.
You're just like the mysterious one.
Yeah, it really depends on what you do to me. And you might look at me wrong one day and it's like, I just don't see the point in giving that person another chance.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that person's name.
You say a lot with your eyes, which is kind of scary. But when you do lash out, which is so rare, it's terrifying because it's so rare. And sometimes you can hold a grudge. But again, that's all. Well, I was going to say, I think that's rare.
Bailey's the most stubborn, and I think mom gets that the most. Like, I think the way that we all grew up was I was stubborn and you and I just fought all the time.
Because we're the
And
most
I'm-
alike.
Yeah, you guys
You
are the most.
think?
Are you joking me?
100%.
Seriously, that was shocking that you just said that because, duh,
And then
copy paste.
and then you and Paige just learned from my
because
mistakes.
I'm also the people pleaser.
Yeah.
And you're the most communicative.
Honey, I can't shut up. I cannot shut up. I tell you things that we were watching the Taylor Swift movie, and I said, "You want to know what this song's about? Okay, this is the love triangle. James, Betty, like whatever." And I'm telling her everything, and she doesn't want to know.
She don't want to know.
I did.
Thank you.
And then
interesting.
Bailey is the most stubborn, but she just like is not going to fight with you. She's just like, I'm not doing that.
So
She's
this
just a
is
wall.
Bailey.
But mom likes to fight with
let
me.
mom talk.
This is Bailey. she's the most stubborn, but she will tell me exactly
Hold the
what I want to
microphone
hear.
up to your
Well,
mouth.
come on.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Eat the microphone like Dad says.
Okay. So she's the most stubborn, but she will tell me exactly what I want to hear and do exactly what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would do the same, but we would just fight.
No.
No. You
Here's the
would
thing.
fight me the tooth and
Well,
nail.
Anne Bailey is very clear. She's very clear and direct with what her thoughts are, her intentions are. Like, she's that part, when she says it, she means it. You like don't say anything, so it's like question mark. Like, at least Bailey's stubborn, and it's like, we know she says her piece and that's what it is, no questions asked. And you're like, you just don't say anything and you're gonna like fight about it, and it's like, well, what are we fighting about? Like, what is happening? And you just
Interesting.
don't like to talk. Bailey, did you have something to say?
Well, I was going to say sometimes I say things that I don't mean just to get the conversation over. That's exactly what I would do in high school. I would be like, okay, yeah, Mom, right on top of that rose. Never.
Never going to do it.
Right on top of that rose.
But I also think that mom and dad, and I've said this before, but I feel like you guys parented based on like how bad we wanted things. Like, you saw how bad like I wanted to go out, so you're like, no, you can't go out. And then like Bailey like never wanted to leave, so
duh.
It's called currency.
why do you turn off the microphone?
I didn't mean to.
Jade, that's literally every parent to try to parent. They take something away that the child desperate. At one point, I'm pretty sure Bailey was grounded from like reading a book or something.
I was.
Like, so yes, you were grounded from going out with your friends because that's what
all
you
I
so
wanted to do.
desperately wanted. Bailey wanted to read her book, and so they took her book away from her.
How did we come from the same person?
I don't know.
It's so wild.
Couldn't tell ya.
We both came right out of the same birth canal too, head
Yeah.
first.
Mom, briefly
Huge
tell us
head.
whose birth of us was your favorite?
Okay,
obviously mine, actually.
do favorite and then most memorable,
Well,
and then easiest.
favorite.
It seems like
Most memorable, easiest. Jade's the favorite.
That's a-
Paige is the most memorable, and Bailey's the easiest.
Bailey walked right out.
Bailey was the easiest.
we
for
need
sure.
you when we ask you a question. You have to respond.
Well, you need to give her a chance.
Well,
she's
Jesus,
literally
I
like
can't even.
she's
talk.
literally like Bailey. It's like, oh,
Okay, so she asked the question. You keep talking.
okay, go.
Okay, so Paige was the most memorable. It was the hardest. Bailey was the easiest. And I would have to say you're my favorite because you're my first.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's all Jade wanted to hear. Okay,
You're the one who asked the question.
I know.
I asked the question.
Bailey asked
Oh.
the question. Well, I was gonna say, like, tell us something more about Bailey, like about her birth, because Jade and I have been talking a lot. So let's like shine it on Left Girl and like tell us something else besides her birth being the easiest. Like, what else do you remember? Just walk us through Bailey's birthday,
Her first birthday?
like her birthday, the day of her birth.
Space day.
Okay, so we got up very early, about 5 o'clock in the morning, had to drive an hour to Fontana.
With like
with
all four of us.
4 of us.
Okay.
Bailey was 5, but still in the belly. We go drop you guys off at our friend Matt and Annette's house.
Okay.
Go to the
Shout out
hospital.
Matt and Annette for
Thank
taking on 2 girls.
And get to the doctors. Now, I had already had 2 other kids. Fortunately for me, my births go very quickly.
And you did not have any epidurals for any of the births.
And the head was like
No.
hanging out right at this point. So
No.
you were like,
You
things are
were
gonna
you
get-
were holding
No.
your crotch to help keep
No.
her in as
No.
you're walking in.
You said she has hair.
Oh shit, that's just me. Sorry,
Gross.
continue. Sorry.
So we go in, the doctor does an exam and said, "Oh, you've got a while."
And you said no.
And I said, "No."
And Bailey said, "Hold my beer."
It's exactly what happened.
I kicked that cervix wide open. I said, here I come.
Bailey was just waiting for the authority to walk out of the room.
Did you? Okay, I have to know. Did you ever reach up in there and like test your cervix yourself?
No.
You're not supposed to do that.
That's I feel like I would probably do that.
You would 100% do that. You're not supposed to. But one of my friends did it. I think it was Lisa.
Wait, why aren't you supposed to?
I don't know.
I didn't even
because
know
it's-
that was a thing.
It's
In
like
case-
sensitive.
No, I feel like if I could like, well, can you feel yourself dilating?
I mean, your vaginal.
it gets as big as a bagel.
What do you mean?
A bagel is 10 centimeters.
But the cervix, it's like the vaginal canal, then the cervix.
That's what Paige's talking about.
The hole.
What dilates?
The
The
cervix.
cervix. Yeah. A bagel.
Yeah. Well, of course.
As wide as a bagel.
A
Big old
bagel.
head has to come out of it.
I know. It just is crazy
Can I
to
just
think
tell
about
you-
a bagel.
The hardest thing was your head was 1 inch bigger than Jade's. A full inch.
1 full inch.
One
Jesus
full
Christ.
inch.
I was so petite.
I'm
small.
so smart.
I was so small as a baby.
You were so small.
I was so tiny. It came out of there. Just
And I was so unfortunate looking.
yeah.
Oh my God. Woof.
the ugliest. Bailey,
I was
you were
giant.
You were cute. You were just huge.
She actually looked like a bulldog.
no. There's a picture of me holding Bailey, and our heads are the exact same size, and she's like 1, and I'm like 7.
Wait, can we go back to the Bailey's day of birth?
Okay, yeah.
So we walk in. The doctor says you have a while. Bailey says, "Hold my beer," and then what happens?
So then we're sitting there, and the nurse is like, "You just do what feels good to you," and whatever. The funniest story about that day is they're like, "You might want to walk around." So Dad and I go walk, and there's a scale.
Oh God.
Dad loves a scale.
Dad loves the scale, and he
What
said,
are you tipping the scales at these days?
He said, "Ooh, I'm going to get on the scale." So he gets on the scale, slides the little weight. Then he goes, "Why don't you get on the scale?"
Of course.
He loves, okay, backstory. Our dad is obsessed with weight. Like, he truly he wanted to know our weight at all times. And not in a way where he was like judging us. Kind of.
It's like his construction background. He likes to know the measurements, the numbers, the facts and figures, something he can put on paper and understand.
He's a very data-driven man.
And it's like, I feel like I've learned to look at my weight as more just like data. It's like
Yes.
more of like a point of like where I'm at.
This is a factual.
in my health.
Yeah, this is a factual statement.
I don't know if that's like healthy or not healthy, but it's like that we just are obsessed with the numbers on the scale.
Yeah.
Well, I actually did like it because it was so often. I'm not nervous or afraid to get on a scale, even though I might be nervous for what that number is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But even growing up, like there would be times where Dad would be like, he would inform me of like, oh, here's this exercise that you could do to like with your triceps. Like it was kind of helpful. So
Thanks, Dad.
thank you. Shout out to our poor dad. Anyways, Mom, continue.
Sorry,
So you
go on.
got on the scale.
Did not move. Not
You
one.
guys weighed the same.
We weighed the exact same.
Nice.
I did tell him, I said, if you ever tell anybody, I will kill
Well,
you.
we know how much it is then. I won't say it. Because we know how much Dad weighs.
Well, Dad fluctuates.
Whoa, this was
I know how much it was.
This was 28 years ago.
Well, also, okay.
Almost 29.
Can we also talk about Mom's one of those people who's like, I was like 100 pounds on my wedding day.
102.
Yeah.
She was 102 on her. Believe
When
me.
is the last time I've been 100 pounds? Literally, probably
6th grade.
5th grade.
The thing is like I think me working out my hardest, eating the best, I'm still so far away from 102.
No, I've never even been in the realm of 102.
And I'm like, did you eat?
But you guys had more muscle than I did.
Because we're stocky.
Yeah, we're like,
No, you were
We're sturdy.
gals.
We're
Even-
meatballs.
no,
meatball girls. Meatball girls.
Even if I just like went on walks for a full year and ate like soup like I'm doing right now, I don't think my body could physically get to 102. It just like, it couldn't happen.
And if you did, drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, the movie Drop Dead Gorgeous. Not I would be not that I would be drop dead gorgeous if I was
Finally.
102. She's like, if you could get to 102, you'd be gorgeous for once.
That's funny. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're obsessed with weight. But I feel like that's a millennial mom thing. Like every millennial mom or mom of millennials.
I was going to say, it was our dad.
No, the 102 thing. Like every millennial mom or mom of millennials always says, I was 100 pounds on my wedding day. And it's like, okay, no millennials are 100 pounds anymore. Like that's just not a thing.
Okay, but then do you remember the other sister who like, it was like, oh, she needs to, sometimes she forgets to eat. We need to make sure she's eating
my
all her
God.
meals. Could not be us.
Never was
like,
me.
We did not forget meals, and Bailey sometimes would just forget to eat, and she's hypoglycemic, so if she doesn't eat, she's gonna pass out. And like, as much as I like always wanted to make sure I was like, Bailey needs to eat, I was eating for me and Bailey. Like,
You were stress eating.
yeah,
for Bailey.
I'm stress
Or
eating.
you would be like, text mom and tell her you're hungry. So then mom would put money in my account so we could get Sonic.
Well, yeah. I was talking to someone today, and I was like,
Text
never,
mom and tell her you're hungry.
never in my life has anyone been like, I'm worried about Jade. She's getting so skinny.
I know. Same. Same.
Like, I was actually talking to like a guy that I work with, and he was like, yeah, I was just like really stressed. I was getting really skinny. Everyone was worried about me. I was like, what is that like? Like, I've never once had someone be like, wow, you're really losing weight.
When I looked my best, I had been on keto for months and months and months. And like the one comment I got kind of in passing was, hey, you look good.
yeah,
Like,
it's always
and
like, oh wow, you look.
thank you.
Well, people, my friends especially, love to say like, oh, Jade, she's really good at losing like 15 to 20 pounds. And I'm like, okay, first of all, 20.
Okay, first of all,
20.
shut up.
Okay, first of all, bitch, 20 is a little excessive. It was 15. But like, everyone's
And
like,
first of all, relax.
and it's like, oh yeah, you look great now. It's not like, oh my God, you are just like rail thin. Like, I had 15
you
plus
had,
to
you had
lose.
weight to lose. We all look. I remember it. It is seared in my mind.
Okay, and that's when I came home from college the very first time, and I was Porky the Little Pig.
Is that when Dad put the picture on the
Yes.
refrigerator?
Yes. And okay, so backstory. This was the first time in my life where I was able to eat without any abandon. Like,
Well, and you were in the middle of nowhere.
I was in the middle of nowhere on my own. I was on my own, kid. I always have been. And
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Who was restricting your eating?
well, I feel like mom would be like,
Mom-
"Or do you really want to have like 3
Well,
bean
no.
and cheese burritos, or what about 2?"
Okay, but mom would also be the one that did the grocery shopping. So like we were limited to what was in the pantry.
Yeah.
So that in itself was like the limiting factor. So like you go off to college for the first
and
time.
I have to learn how to feed myself, and like I'm just always hungry. I've always been a big eater. Like I just fucking love to eat. And so
Yeah.
I went, and it was a buffet every day at the dining courts, and I would be there for like 4 hours. I would just hold court at the dining courts. Like
all of your friends in different waves would just
yeah,
go
they would,
and hang out.
people's like schedules would be let out of class, and I was like,
still at table 7.
and I'd be like, I don't have anything to do today. I'll just fucking sit here and eat with you guys. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get round 3. And I would eat so much. And I was in the Midwest. So it was like ranch, mac and cheese, grilled cheese. We had this thing called Fried Fridays. It was literally a day dedicated to just fried food.
It honestly sounds amazing.
It was amazing. And on top of that, I was drinking like excessively for the first time in my life. Like in the past, in high school, I would drink, obviously, but I wasn't drinking like Monday, Tuesday, take a break one day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like I had one day off each week, and I was drinking Keystone Light. What's that? Smirnoff Ice. Like just
and
like
as Dad always says, there is a sandwich in every
there's
beer.
a sandwich in every beer, and I was having like 57 sandwiches a night. So I
With
was
ranch.
So I went with being ranch. Like I was probably at my skinniest the end of my senior year. It was probably like I wasn't even trying. I was just like skinny, which was first
senior
time
high
ever.
school?
Yeah, senior year of high school. So I was honestly probably, I don't know if I should say weight, but like maybe like 125, which is like the lowest I've ever been. I got home and I was like 150.
I know.
And it was like honestly, I was probably 155, which
I know.
I'm 5'3". So going from 125 to like 155, I was a fucking
a
little,
semester.
You went from a bowling pin to a bowling ball.
Right, exactly. And it wasn't healthy. My body like was not meant to gain that much weight that fast. And I just came back. I was like all puffy. I was like, I am so happy at Purdue. Everyone's like, yeah, we can fucking tell.
Well, that's the thing, because we are so short in the way our bodies are. Like I fluctuate weight so much, just even like on my period.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like it's usually about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I can always tell like the week before I'm really, really, really hating my body. And I'm like, I'm going to start my period. I know
Yeah.
it. And I'm getting on the scale and it's almost always about 5 pounds. And then I start my period, which I started yesterday.
Yay.
Started my period. And then like by day 3, it disappears. Like
Yeah.
the weight where does it go? I don't know.
Yeah, but 5 pounds on us, like you can see
it's
it.
a lot.
So
Like
imagine
I
25.
see it and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, so I come home and everyone's like, holy shit, this girl really.
And what does mom say?
Mom says, you cannot say anything to Jade unless she asks. So I'm like trying on my clothes. I'm like, these are not fitting right.
And because everyone gets ready in my room.
Yeah, we're all getting ready in Paige's room. And I was like,
Because shout out to Dad, he built me a vanity.
he built me one too.
When?
The white one.
He didn't
He didn't build that.
Yes, he did.
No, he
No, he
didn't.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
No,
Well,
he bought that.
No, he didn't buy it. He
renovated
he
it.
renovated
Sourced
it.
He won it.
He renovated that from something.
He got that from a job site. He curated that.
Yeah, you think yours was just made from like raw materials? He got
Yeah.
that from a job site too.
No, the wood might have been from job sites. but guess
Exactly.
what? He made that with his own hands.
Yeah,
from
he made mine
scratch.
with his own
No,
fucking
he
2
didn't.
hands.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
Honey, I'm gonna call him because guess what? Are you gonna be sad when you find out that he only
No,
made mine from scratch?
No, I just know that he tinkered with mine at some point.
It sounds like you're gonna be really sad to
I
learn that you're not the
know.
only one that got a custom vanity.
Well, because she didn't.
I mean, I know that. Also,
And
this
you know
vanity isn't like the cutest thing in the world. It's just like very useful.
But it's like big. That's why I think. Well, that's why I like
takes
it so
up
much.
It takes up half the room. It's like literally
It's-
such an
the
inconvenience.
mirror's so big.
Okay,
No, I love it.
just to clarify, because yours was so big and so heavy, Dad did make that from raw materials, but he decided that was too much. So when he got the material from his
To
job
make-
site,
yeah.
he wanted it a little bit smaller to make it easier.
Yeah.
So, but mine was first.
It was a learning lesson.
Okay.
Yours is a learning lesson, and you could tell because it's kind of huge and kind of ugly.
No, it's huge and I love it.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's ugly. It's just
It's not
really
cute.
big. It's just
It's
really hard.
It's really useful.
It's really big.
First of all, I do think it's cute.
Okay.
And second of all, it is really big and I really like it.
Okay.
Because the
Anyways,
mirror-
let's go on with it.
Continue.
What did you say to me? Tell them what you said.
Well, so what had happened was I'm getting ready. I'm sitting at my vanity getting ready, and you're trying on your clothes behind me. And
With my new little belly.
yeah. And you say, "Am I fat?" And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought this up because yeah."
Because yes.
Because yes, and mom said I wasn't allowed to say anything until you started talking about it. So I'm really glad you cracked open this door.
Yeah. So then
Which obviously you were only hoping that I was going to be like, "Oh my God, no, you look great." And I was like, "Thank God you brought this up."
okay, everybody's beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of hate.
No,
for
we
this.
will. But the thing is like, this is our experience. This is a real life experience.
Yeah, this is like how sisters talk. Like this is just how we talk about our body.
And we still also grew up, even though maybe our family wasn't saying you need to weigh a certain thing, like everything that we were
consuming.
yes, we were consuming and just reading and seeing and looking at, it was like these are the people who you should look like. These are the skinny people.
Yeah. Every single magazine. It was like the skinnier, the hotter.
We're the tabloids generation.
Yeah. And I remember like even going to school at Keller was the most like mind fuck of a thing because every girl there was so obsessed with their weight. And I'm sure they probably would have got there at Glendora. Backstory, we moved in the middle of high school. But I feel like I just moved at the time where it was like so hyper focused on weight. And I remember like the very first person we met in Keller, we were at Chili's. It was like us three and then the girl that we met with. She's like, "Oh, I've just lost so much weight that my butt is so skinny. So I need to like, usually I have like a pillow to carry around with."
What? I don't remember that.
I will never forget that because I was like, fuck, I don't need a
You were
pillow
like,
to sit
"I
on."
carry my own pillow. It's my ass."
It's my ass. But I'll never forget that because I was like, oh my God. And then I went to her house and she had measurements up on her wall that was like, she measured her like arms, her waist, her everything every single day. And like,
But that's unhealthy.
And that was her mother.
well, and her. So it was like, that was in my mind, like that was ushered
like,
me
"Oh,
into
that's what we
Keller.
do here at
I was like,
in
oh, we
Texas."
just have to be the skinniest person ever. And that's the only way you can be pretty here is if you're so skinny. So it's like, this is also simultaneously like going on in our heads.
Yeah, it was crazy. And you know what? Glad to be in 2023.
I know. yeah, so to end the story, then our dad gets involved, and my dad is like from a family that is like so male dominated. He does not know,
And
like,
traditional.
and so traditional. And it's like they were just like, they're boys, like they work out, like they
Well, and because they're boys, dad was a wrestler, okay? Probably a good one, I don't know. But the thing is, he would tell me, "Oh yeah, like I would run around in a trash bag and just lose all this weight." Boys just lose weight so much quicker and easier than girls do anyways.
and they don't have the emotional attachment to weight like we do.
Right.
And so he would tell us like, oh, this is how you drop weight really quick. You just drink water for a full day, don't eat, like run around in a trash bag, and like you can lose 10 pounds. And it's like, okay, dad.
That's
like,
water weight.
I know, mom, but it's just things that like,
But I can actually see dad running around in a trash bag.
Oh, for sure.
yeah, but it's like now we know, like, we're more sensitive about talking about weight these days, but this is just the conversations like we were having in like 2003.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like we didn't know how to talk about weight in a sensitive way.
Yeah, we were talking about it how the world talks about
Yeah,
it.
and like dad, all he knows is how to talk about weight like a wrestler. He's like, "Oh, you want to lose weight? I got a quick fix for you."
Yeah.
He's like, "You drink a ton of water and then you don't drink water."
And then you eat like salt or something, like sodium or
Yeah,
something.
there's like a whole like thing, and it's like,
And then the
it's not
trash
healthy.
bag.
And then the trash bag. So our dad put a picture of me like on a family vacation on the fridge while I was home because I was eating too much, like it was unhealthy.
And you had really weird hair.
I know, my hair was so bad, like it was just the worst aesthetic possible time of my life. I know, because I box dyed my hair, and then
it was like weirdly short. It's like not because you cut it, like because it just like kept breaking or something.
No,
Like,
it was
it was so
fried.
weird.
It was fried. It was so bad. I was so ugly in college. It was like,
It's funny because it's true.
It's also funny because we went through our awkward stages at the same time. That's because I was going through puberty.
that's hilarious. I know. I was literally so like, it's hard for me to look back at those pictures. I'm like,
Well,
who were you?
And it's just like, obviously the fashion wasn't your fault, but like it just really is the cherry on top because it's like the fashion of that time.
Yeah,
Like,
and we
with
didn't
that hair and everything, and that's when it was like really into like fake tan too. Like everything.
Oh, and I
just
was obsessed with the fake tan.
creme de crop. But like you just look wild.
It's really hard to look back at that girl. Yeah, people will comment on my TikTok. They're like, "Oh wow, another girl that peaked in her 20s." I was like,
You're
"Honey,
like, bitch, you didn't know me in my 20s.
I can't even." I've like stitched them, and I'm like, I did not peak in my 20s. I can't even show them the worst pictures because they're so bad.
Honestly, that was a good time.
Good
that was a
times.
crazy
But
time.
I also was like so confident because all my friends were so hot,
Well,
and I
that's
thought I was
because-
hot as that. Thought I was hot as them.
That's because you're delusional and you're still delusional.
I know, which has honestly worked out for me.
Yeah. Anyways, Mom and Bailey haven't talked in a really long time.
Did they ever expect to talk?
No.
Okay, so should we talk about, I have some notes from our morning conversations. We really just need to start recording the morning convos because that's when Paige is in peak form.
True.
She's like really fired up. She's like,
I'm on one.
yeah. But we were talking about, here's 3 notes and I want you to decipher them because I was just like,
First, happy birthday, Taylor Swift.
happy birthday, Taylor.
Thank you.
We all watched, well, besides Bailey, sorry, you work like,
She's seen it.
oh yeah, you did see it.
Yeah.
But we watched it from the comfort of her home today. Mom, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. I was
Talk in the
impressed.
microphone.
I
Yeah,
thought
talk
it
in
was
the
really good.
Oh, no, hold on.
That's it?
Like, tell us what you thought about it.
Whatever you say, Paige is going to get mad at you.
No, I'm
So
not.
I thought the costuming was amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. I'm obsessed with her boots.
Which boots?
The Midnights.
The Midnights. Mom
The
wants
Midnights
a pair of
boots.
the
I want
Midnights
a pair of
boots.
Midnights boots.
And I told Mom all of her shoes were custom
Christian
Louboutin. And I think we all need the Midnights boots.
And I loved the song choices because I knew probably 90%.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, you knew all of the songs. Thank you for adding in that details. This is a podcast, so we just need to like talk.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you two talk so much, it's really hard to get a word in edgewise.
You're really like muted today. Like you're like trying to be so like.
It's because she
calm.
sees the
She's
lights. She says, lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, and me without a stitch of makeup.
She just flew in from her
Fort Worth.
arms
Her
are tired.
Arms are tired.
Wait, I was watching like clips from Drop Dead Gorgeous today because just so you guys know, I'm on a soup fast right now. So I'm like literally like, I like how we go from like talking about like my weight gain to like me being on a soup fast. But we were obsessed with the movie Drop Dead Gorgeous when we were little, which honestly, looking back now, you didn't let us watch MTV, but like the movie choices we watched were like just as bad.
Probably.
Remember you bringing Bailey and Bailey's friend?
Oh my God.
To
No.
Me, myself, and
No.
Irene.
I really thought it was going to be like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
I really did. It was not.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh
Who
my
was
gosh.
the female lead in that?
I don't remember.
Me either.
But Drop Dead Gorgeous is like there's so many
Renee
like,
Zellweger? Maybe. Anyways.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But like I was watching clips and they're like Denise Richards is talking about like shooting people in the head and they're like saying like the R word. The main one of the ex pageant queens is like very anorexic and she's like in a hospital room. She's like, and then
Is it based in Wisconsin? Where is it?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Is it South Dakota? Or no, Minnesota, because
No,
they're
I
like
think it's Minnesota.
St. Paul is like the big town that they
Okay.
talk about. Mount Rolls, but the anorexic girl, like one of the scenes, she was like, "Jesus, Amber, she's skinny, not deaf." It's just like such a good movie. But
so
I was
funny.
I was like talking to Paige earlier, and I was like, my energy was draining, and I was like, I feel like the girl from Drop Dead Gorgeous. Mount Rolls.
And here's the thing: if you guys haven't seen it, most of you
gotta-
probably haven't. Go stream it.
Yeah,
Drop
go-
Dead Gorgeous.
You need to watch it. Denise Richards, Kirsten
Kirsten
Dunst,
Dunst,
Ellen Barkin, Allison
Kirstie
Janney,
Alley.
Kirstie Alley, Brittany Murphy, Amy Adams.
Yeah, I forgot
I
about
totally forgot Amy Adams.
same.
Even the Mount Rose, the anorexic girl in there. She's like somebody famous.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to like what I was talking about before. When we were on our call, I have two notes that I need deciphering. Everyone's annoying on vacation. I think that's what we were talking about, like Taylor. We'll get to that.
Okay.
The cool but annoying. What does that mean?
Okay, cool, but okay, because that happened because I was telling you that I was telling Patrick the other day that, like, Patrick, isn't it crazy that I am the coolest person you know,
Yes.
but also the most annoying person you know? And then you were like, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I think you need to get yourself a girl who can do both, who
Yeah.
can be like really fun, cool, chill, have a great time, and also annoy the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, I am like constantly. I'm like the coolest girl Mr. Roberts has ever met in his life, and at the same time, I am constantly annoying the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Like he is like, will you ever shut up? I've started doing mouth taping at night to go to sleep.
For your wrinkles?
No, because it's supposed to like help you sleep better, which it does.
Oh, I
And-
thought it was for like mouth like wrinkles or something.
No, it's so you breathe out of your nose and you have like a deeper sleep, which it is
Nice.
so life-changingly amazing. And he last night was like, when are you going to put on your mouth tape? Like, please.
Because you wouldn't stop talking?
Yes.
What, Mom, what qualities of yourself do you think Dad finds really cool and then Dad finds really annoying?
I think he's annoyed because I always think I'm right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, Jade does too. Cool.
Football.
Probably football.
Yeah, because you're kind of a pick-me girl.
Well,
I don't think I'm a pick-me girl.
Okay, the only reason she's not a pick-me girl, like, we think she's a pick-me girl because, like, we aren't as into football, right? She's actually into football, so it's not... If you're actually into it, you're not pick-me. If you're trying to be into it, like, if it were me being like, oh, yeah, look at that
This is Mom at
touchdown.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, go Bears! Oh, get him, get him, get him, get him! Oh, man!
But at least I know what they're doing.
Offsides.
Okay,
And
that's
I've been
good.
following it since I was a little kid.
Okay.
This is how I bonded with my dad
Oh,
Okay.
over the Cowboys.
R.I.P.
daddy issues coming
Yeah.
to play.
R.I.P. Papa Baldy.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Well, not to just like completely pivot real quick. I was just gonna like get Bailey's input over here. What do you think your coolest quality that Styx finds in you and the most annoying?
Oh gosh, I think, well, the thing that I like about Styx is that he likes what most people would find the most annoying about me. He likes, so when I have a random kick, like when I wanted to learn how to can all this stuff, I was like, okay, now I have to make a giant broth and then I have to get all the jars and I have to do all that. He's like, wow, it's so cool that you want to learn how to do all this. Let's get all the stuff. So he thinks that it's cool. I don't know, that I'm a boomer. Like he likes all of that.
Because he's also
Boomer.
yeah, he's
Adjacent.
also
Such a
like
boomer.
whenever he was living here, we would, you know, be working from home and randomly just like talk when we needed a little break from work, and he's like, yeah, I'm just like on Craigslist, and I was like, wait, what the fuck, why are you on Craigslist? And he's like,
He loves Craigslist.
he loves it, like that's such a boomer
He is
thing.
Craig.
He is Craig. But I do think you're right, like your like random interests would be something that he would like. I can see that. What do you think he thinks is annoying?
I think that I know that it's annoying that when I wake up now, I have to eat breakfast right away because he doesn't really eat breakfast.
That's
just-
annoying.
Honestly, that's just
He's like,
life.
well, Bailey's the queen of like, my breath smells bad in the morning. Like, it's just like, his like,
Truly, I have to eat breakfast when I,
have to
wake up.
It's annoying that I eat breakfast when I wake up.
Okay, but he doesn't eat breakfast, so then it's like I get all this stuff out and it's like a whole thing. And also, I'm just like really tired all the time.
Well,
I don't like
you
hang
have a
out.
really demanding job.
I know. I know.
Yeah, Bailey has really bad breath in the morning, is what it sounds like.
Paige and I are like, okay, how can we list all of the things that are annoying about it?
There's just like things where I can be in the middle of actively being so annoying, and I'm so aware how annoying I'm being, and I can't tone it
No,
down.
I can't stop.
And I can't stop until I'm completely done, and then it's like, sorry, that was so annoying.
Oh, the other day, talk about annoying. I like thought my nail girl was going to kill me. So I get Russian manicures, which are like the best thing. Your nails stay forever. And so it's like such a big decision when you go in there, because like you're going to have these nails for like 4 to 6 weeks. And so I'm in there and I'm like, okay, like, am I going to feel adventurous today? I'm like, okay, I'm thinking red with a little smiley face on my ring fingers. And she's like, okay, cool. She's prepping it. And I was like, actually, what about angels on like nude with angels? She's like, okay, I have stickers that are angel stickers. So I'm like picking out all the stickers. And she's like, oh, let's do like clouds behind it. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And then in my mind, I'm like,
You're like, I'm not an angel.
no, I'm not an angel girl. I'm not an angel girl. And I see her put it on my nail and I was like, and then she puts it on a second nail and I'm like, and then she puts on a third nail and I'm like, can we please stop? I hate this. And she's like, okay, we can take it off. It's fine. I was like, I'll pay for whatever you just did. And she's like, okay. And I was like, okay, let's do the red nail. She goes to prep the red nail. And I was like, can you just do the nude with like the chrome? I was like, I am sorry. I am the most annoying person. I was having like the biggest mental struggle in my brain that day.
Okay,
Wait, you were having a hard time making a decision?
Yeah. Because I'm
Shocking.
a Libra.
Shocking.
Oh, was that a dig at me?
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Give more digs, Mom. This is
No,
fun.
it was truly like, I like could not stop, but I was like, I can't.
Do you have more to say about this morning?
Oh,
Because I was gonna change the subject real quick, but you can.
okay. The last thing I was going to say about it this morning was that, and this is where Paige is we're going to lose her. But okay, you know, when you go on vacation with somebody and like everyone has one annoying thing they do on vacation. Like, so you can have a friend and you're like, oh, I love this person. Like, there's nothing annoying about them. Then you go on vacation, you're like, oh, that's the thing. Because you live with them for like 4 days. And it's like Taylor Swift has that quality. What is it?
Okay, so I think the funny part was when Jade first brought that to me. My first response was,
Paige was like, go on.
I said, obviously, Taylor Swift is annoying, right? Like every single person is annoying at some point in their life, right? And it's not just like, oh, I'm going through an annoying phase. It's like it's like just part of their like everyone has like an annoying thing. And I was like, you know what? I bet Taylor's annoying thing is like she's too read. Like she's too smart. Like her vocabulary.
She's too well read, not too read.
Well, clearly I'm not. That's the whole point.
She
I was
has
thinking
really
like
bad breath in
the album
morning.
Red. That's what I was thinking.
No. I'm thinking like she's too smart. Like she at this point in her life, she writes so many songs. So she just reads so many books, knows so many things. And so whenever she's describing a situation, it's like she's going to use words like Bailey uses. And I'm like, that was cool. You know what I mean? And she's just using these like amazing, like descriptive,
You
like
think
SAT words.
That's the annoying thing on vacation? Is
Well,
that she's-
that is what I thought. And then the look on your face, I was like, oh, that's not what she thinks.
You're like, oh my God, you know what the most annoying thing about Taylor
She's
Swift
so
is?
smart.
She's so smart and so perfect. She's so pretty. It'd be so hard to be around her. You're like fully brainwashed in a cult.
okay, so what do you think her most annoying
I
quality
think that she
is?
probably would be like, kind of like,
Singing too much?
she'd probably be singing to herself, I think. And
Or she'd be like, sorry, hold on, I just had an idea.
or she'd be like hunching around in the kitchen.
Why
a
is
little
she
too much,
hunching? Because she's
she has
tall?
a little hunchback.
Like Bailey with the...
whoa.
Bailey,
But like,
Bailey
I think
takes
she would
pictures, she
just- she would be like just kind of like, I think she would be like a little too like bloop, 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 bloop.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
so speaking of Bailey in pictures, can we talk about the Paris picture?
Oh, I'm a little gremlin. I'm the hunchback of
Well,
Notre
Mom,
Dame.
this is a podcast. They can't see.
Well,
Well,
we'll
you're
have,
gonna have to show them.
Yeah, we're
Who's
gonna have
we?
to-
You have a mouse in your pocket?
you're going to have to show them. Because it's so
Well,
funny.
can we stay on track of like the conversation?
Okay, fine.
Yes. Okay. What would your guys annoying? What do you think your annoying
No,
thing is
no.
on vacation?
I just want to hear from at least Bailey real quick with what she thinks Taylor Swift's annoying thing is.
I think she would be fake breezy, like, oh, I don't care what we do, but I
but she
also, like,
cares.
looked up all the places that we should go and all the things that we should
Yeah.
do. But we could do anything.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like she's
You
type
already
A,
know.
but she's trying to be type B.
yeah.
And you know what? Here's what I think. Okay, you know how they do that big 4th of July party every year? So I bet all of Taylor's friends stay together. And that's when like all of her friends, like the different groups come together. Like Selena, her high school friend. We're calling her the high school friend. Then Haim, her college friends, you know, they're her
Yeah.
college friends. And then like who else? We had Carly, whatever. You guys know the crew. Blake's like her friend that she made post grad that like everyone's obsessed with.
Yeah.
Who was another one that we said that was that person for her? Then there's like, okay, anyways. So I feel like everyone would be so low key annoyed with Selena, but they could not say anything to Taylor. They'd be like, God, Selena's
Why
like-"
is that Taylor's fault?
It's not Taylor's fault. I'm just saying, I bet that's the dynamic on their group trips whenever she like brings all of her friends together.
Also, I don't know. I love Selena, so I don't know what
You
you're...
do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
That was like our first big controversy.
Yeah, that was like...
I know. I just know Selena Gomez is like the annoying friend in Taylor's friend group.
No, I think that we would find her annoying, but the reason they are still friends and the reason why we do need to like put some respect on her name is because she is a real one and she is loyal.
I'm not saying anything like super deep about
But no,
Selena.
but I'm saying that is why she's still there. She's always
Yeah.
gonna be there. Like she's
Well-
never going anywhere. Like because like I feel like I am the annoying friend that's so loyal and so real, and it's like I'm going to like help you hide the body. I'm gonna like ride or die. I'm gonna be with you through like all the phases of life, and like also I'm kind of fucking annoying. So like, but like people take it because like I'm such a good friend.
I know, but I think like your annoying is way different than Selena's annoying. Like I think Taylor has worked so hard to make herself not like feel like a child star, and I feel like Selena is just like a child star, like that. Like I
Like
think
she's stuck in that moment.
yeah, like I think she all the things that come with being a child star. Like I think that's her, and I think that she doesn't even know what it's like to be normal, nor does she try. And I think she maybe she tries a little bit.
I was gonna say
just for you, Selena.
I was gonna say she tries, but like no one else can see anything besides Wizards of Waverly Place.
Or Justin Bieber, which brings me to my next thing I wanted to talk
Okay.
about. Are we done with this one yet?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
On to the next.
Speaking of Selena, she is now dating Benny Blanco. Do you know who Benny Blanco is, and you don't even know it?
I don't.
Benny Blanco has produced like every single hot song like you've heard of. Like he is like the producer of producers.
No. Max Martin has produced every hot song that they've heard of.
But Benny Blanco has too.
Okay.
He's like
What flavor? Tell me what this is.
okay, well, I wasn't prepared. But okay, while I'm looking this up, so Selena Gomez is dating Benny Blanco. And the interesting thing about this is that Benny Blanco is actually friends with Justin Bieber.
And actually has previously stated that talks like a little bit of light shit on Selena Gomez. Like when she was dating Justin Bieber, he was like saying something like, oh, she's just like a cookie cutter, basically like a basic girl. Like she's nothing to write home about, you know?
But I feel
now
like
they're dating, and guess what? She's wearing a ring on her ring finger that has a B on it.
and she keeps showing it to
Selena
everyone.
Gomez, there's no B in Selena Gomez. Benny Blanco, BBB.
He produced Shattered Glass by Britney Spears. Shattered Glass. But that's not one of his
That's not
top
a hit.
Teenage Dreams, I Found You by Calvin Harris, Dynamite, Tayo Cruz. I put my hands up in the air sometime. Calvin Harris. Love Yourself, Justin Bieber. Let's see.
So basically, Benny's eating his words.
No, I don't think he's eating his words.
no,
I think he's just like, Selena's fucking hot. Let's go.
True. And I think hopefully he's eating his words, because what I think is, I don't know this man, and I'm sorry to this man, but I don't know this relationship, and I could be very wrong to say this. I just don't think it's, and I don't know why, I just don't think it's like super genuine.
You don't think
No.
he has pure intentions?
Yeah.
It feels very Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that they were two young people that were around each other at the right time, and it's like, oh, you're single, I'm single, like, yeah, like let's start hanging out. And then it's kind of like, remember my COVID relationship?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so easy to find common ground with anybody. You know what I mean? Like if you try, it's so easy to find that common ground. And I feel like that's what this is.
Especially when it's like made so easy for you. Like they're both probably just like, oh, we're both singers, we're both rich, like let's fucking hang out.
Yeah, I hope that she's happy. The only thing is I feel like she's not, because of how defensive she's being over this relationship. It's really kind of like me and Tyson. It's like protecting this relationship at all costs. For why?
Her Instagram comments the other day were insane.
Like
someone
she
that
was
famous
fighting with like her fans.
someone that famous should not have access to their Instagram like that. Who's that like unhinged in the comments?
Well, like, so she, for Bailey and for Mom, but like people were saying, they weren't even saying anything bad. They were, I mean, it was, I can't remember what the comment was, but it was something like
probably the stuff
what?
we're saying right now.
Kind of like, wait, what? Like, is this real or something like that? And she's like, if you can't accept this, then like, I don't need you as a fan. Like, it's just like, one, why are you responding to that? You know, like you are Selena Gomez. I don't know if you still are, but at one point you had the most followers on Instagram. Like, you don't need to respond. And I think it was a fan account. Like, it wasn't even like her account or something.
Yeah.
So it's just a little odd. And it's like, why are we protecting this so much?
Because this is the year of her running off stage to go kiss her man too.
True.
Oh my God.
Bailey.
Bailey. You were, this is why we keep you around.
Glad to be here.
Okay. Also, I don't think Travis Kelce is throwing Taylor a birthday party.
Why not?
Why not?
Well, it might not be until Sunday, like till the weekend, because he's playing. The Chiefs play the Patriots in New England, so like they're going to be in the area. But
When does he play?
I think it's on Sunday.
I hate when Instagram just doesn't tell you, like they're like link in bio for why. It's like Travis Kelce won't be in NYC with Taylor for her birthday.
He probably has to practice.
Yeah, he's got a lot to do. He's got a job.
Yeah, and she respects that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Travis Kelce's game?
Yeah, as a girl who loves football.
So the Chiefs have had a
Speak into
great
your
couple
microphone.
the Chiefs have had a great couple years running, they're all getting a little
Big for their
past their
britches.
prime.
They're in their flop era, as they say.
Not flop, but they're getting older. Like they can't perform in certain ways that they have before, and they're struggling a little bit this year. And everyone's going to blame it on Kelsey being distracted with Taylor, but I think that's a bunch of BS.
Thank you, Mom. You heard it here first. It's a bunch of BS if it's blamed
this
on
is what I
Taylor.
think about that. Now, if we're talking about football,
Yeah,
I think it's
let's
very,
talk.
I think it's very annoying to
Annoying.
Annoying.
to hear that people make a big deal that Taylor showed up to a football game. Why is that different than when Jack Nicholson would show up to watch the Lakers?
Right.
Or anybody else, Jay-Z, when he goes and watches a
Well,
basketball
Nets.
game. It's the same thing. Why are we pinpointing or like bashing her for showing up to support someone that she cares about in their sport?
Thank you for saying that, because the other thing is it's not her fault. It's, to your point, it's just like another celebrity going to another professional game.
Exactly.
But why are the cameramen going on to Taylor between every single play? Why is the NFL making all these changes? That's not Taylor. That
No,
is
right. It's the NFL and it's the media.
and that's fine. Like, honestly, props to the NFL for like trying to capitalize on this moment. But like, the hate that people being like, Taylor Swift she's ruining the NFL.
That
Grow up.
is the
Grow up.
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
If anything, she's
Thank you.
making the
You're
NFL
welcome.
relevant again.
You're welcome, NFL.
Yeah, and
The woman,
She's actually not
the person of the
affecting
year.
NFL. She's just going
She's
to
helping
see
it.
a person play, and it should not be a deal.
She's helping the NFL.
I think the NFL's doing all right.
she's putting the NFL honestly on her back.
Truly.
Putting it on the map. She's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I think-
she put Travis Kelce on the map. She's putting the NFL on her back.
Yeah, like she's like, oh, you guys need to
think
sell out
that's-
stadiums.
Again,
I've got
I
that.
think that's a little much. I think the NFL was all right.
No, but let's be real. What Jade just said. Taylor Swift sells out those same fields
With
those same
one
arenas.
person, and
she has to come back multiple nights because she can't help but continue to sell it
yeah,
out.
she's like, oh fuck, like
the
I have to
NFL
do.
has one son. Honestly, what is it? Like
Actually,
16 weeks?
It's 18.
18? Okay, 18.
And that's before playoffs.
Okay, thank you. So 18 weeks, honey, I'm telling you, each of those games ain't sold out.
And you know
They're
what I
pretty much sold
love
out.
is that
And she can't even use the whole field because she can't use what's behind her.
right, but she would if she could.
She would if she could.
But the thing about the NFL fans being so upset, they're like, we just want to watch football, our sacred sport that is not dramatic. And Taylor Swift's so dramatic. And like, meanwhile, football is like the most dramatic sport ever. Like, it's like all these men running into each other. It's like gladiator times. They're like hitting each other so hard, giving each other concussions. And like, Taylor's just putting on a show with talent. Like, there's just pure talent without like any drama.
What, like it's hard?
What, like it's hard to do 3.5 hours, 44 songs? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had some other things to say, but should we start going to the listener?
Well, you say what you need to say.
Okay, well, the only other things that I wanted to say besides Taylor Swift, because I'm obsessed.
You are?
Yeah.
That's
So, also, I ordered a mini Christmas tree that will be here on Friday, and the reason for that purchase is because I ordered this advent calendar from Amazon, and don't do it because all of these ornaments were ornaments for ants, and they're so tiny, they're like maybe the size of my eyeball, and so I needed the mini tree.
No, they looked like earrings.
They looked like earrings, and like there was like some of the ornaments were supposed to be like, oh, like Houston, whatever date, it's supposed to say like the date and place of her tour.
Is this a Taylor Swift advent calendar?
But it's not from the Taylor Swift store. It was like from Amazon that I saw some girl. She was like, some girl on TikTok was like, I purchased this on Amazon, and I, instead of waiting for her to get it to see what it was like, I just was like, I need that as well, and I got one for me and for Taylor Clark.
Oh, you were at the house when you did that.
Yeah, and it came in, and it's not great. Like it'll have like the little earring ornament, and then it says like custom place, custom time. Like they didn't care to like fill it in. Anyways, I am excited because I'm gonna put my little friendship bracelets on it too with the ones that I like.
Make your friendship bracelets like the moment.
But off of Taylor Swift, I just wanted to say, have you guys and Mom really loves Luke Combs. Did you hear about what happened today with the lawsuit?
No.
Jade, did you?
Yes.
Bailey? No. Okay. So there was a lawsuit. So Luke Combs has his team, right? And a lot of artists have their team where they go after these like big companies that try to like, sell
License infringement.
Yeah, like with like their name. Well, and they don't go after small businesses like Etsy type things, whatever. However, that's like something that is technically Luke is the main guy, right? He's the guy on top, but it's like he's not involved in the nitty gritty, right? Well, apparently this woman who is she's a one woman show, right? Like she was making these tumblers. She went and saw Luke Combs. She like really loved the show. So she started making these Luke Combs tumblers. Well, his team somehow, even though they're supposed to go after these like multi-million-dollar like companies, like somehow like her name gets in the mix and like there's this lawsuit out for her. But this woman also had, I think, cancer or something, like some kind of like cancer or surgery to where she has like a lot of medical bills now. She hasn't been home in a really long time. So she finally comes home. She looks in her email to find out that not only is there a lawsuit, but the lawsuit is like done and over with, and she lost this lawsuit and she owes Luke Combs like $250,000 or something like that.
Jeez.
And so Luke Combs, here's why he is just like such a fucking real one. He wakes up at like 5 a.m, probably to take a little poop because he says he's going to the bathroom. And he's, brings his phone in the bathroom. That's why I think it's a little poop, because that's what Dad does. And
TikTok.
And he sees that just so many people have sent him this news story. There was this one news station in her town that ran this story, like this local woman who had cancer or something, like she gets sued by Luke Combs for $250,000, blah blah blah, like she can't pay these bills. She has this Amazon account that like $5,500 is locked in the Amazon account because she lost this lawsuit. She can't get that money back from Amazon. And so Luke is like getting all of these messages sent to him, and he's like, what is going on? So then he's reaching out to his team. He's like, did we sue this woman? And he basically finds out what I had said, like, yes, technically his team sued that woman, but unintentionally. It was supposed to be these like really big companies that just try to like profit off of artists, not just Luke Combs. But anyways, this man goes above and beyond. This man, he goes above and beyond. First of all, he makes 2 hours later, he's making this video in a response to this lawsuit. Not scripted. He's sitting there just kind of talking. He's like, okay, I woke up at 5, saw this happen, trying to contact these people, talk to my lawyers, whatever. And he's like, so I finally talked to the woman. He talked to the woman this morning, and she's like, yep, I have like $5,500 stuck in Amazon that's frozen. And he's like, cool, I'm going to double it and send it to you right now. Sends her $11,000 immediately. Wow. And then he's like, okay, so this whole thing happened over these tumblers that you made. I'm going to put tumblers on my own, like Luke Combs merch, and all of those proceeds are going to go to this woman and her medical care.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally, like, so all he really probably like should have done, like, was like maybe possibly required is like, oh, this lawsuit was on accident, like, it's out the window, don't need to do anything. And like, no, not only that, but like, I'm going to, your Amazon account is frozen, I'm going to double that today. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put this tumbler up on my website, and all of the proceeds from this tumbler go to you.
That just shows like it is not hard to be a good person and help people out when you're famous. Like that is just one thing he did, literally sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Imagine like these other people.
Well, and the thing that's like, I think
he always felt like a little bit of an underdog also.
Yeah.
Getting to see him in Nashville when that song, what was it, Hurricane?
Yes.
First came out, and it was him and one guy sitting back in the corner at the, CMA Fest?
Mm-hmm.
And he was playing that, and everybody started singing the chorus to that song, and his face, like, it was so exciting to see it light up.
He
and
was
looked,
like shocked.
He was, and he looked at his buddy who was playing guitar with him, and they both just got these huge grins on their face, and he was like, they know my song. And then to see him like grow out of that, and now to know that he's still just a really good grounded person.
Yeah, and he's I think the part that he needed to make clear, he did. He's like, I'm not a greedy person. Yes, I have my team that goes after these companies.
But they need that.
They need that, and he's not the only artist that like every artist does
But
that.
if Luke Combs and like Taylor and everyone else didn't do that, like there's so many corporations that can make so much money, and even like smaller yet big companies profiting off, like there's like small businesses that are making $100,000 off of one sweatshirt that they're selling on like TikTok shop that has Taylor's stuff. And Taylor technically could and probably should go after those people because that's Taylor's words, that's her art. You shouldn't really be profiting that much off of someone else's likeness. Mm-hmm. However, like this was a very nice thing for him to do.
Yeah, it was. I love this man. Do you remember when we saw Luke Combs?
I do remember.
Do you remember how much I cried?
Yes.
And do you
were
remember
sobbing?
Do you remember what you did for us?
I got us invited backstage.
What'd you do? Little flashy?
No, I just looked really hot.
She looked really hot, and she said, she talked to the right person. She said, "Hey, do you know where the bathroom is?"
You know where the bathroom is that the band uses?
I gotta go do something mysterious.
And then he looked at her, and he was
where
like,
I can go drop off some timber.
He was like, "Who are you here with?" And she's like, "My sister." And Bailey, you have to understand, this was right off the breakup of me and Tyson.
Oh my God, so you were unhinged.
Tyson bought the tickets for me and him, but he broke up with me in September, and this was in December. The concert was in December. And so he gave me the tickets. He said, "You should go with Bailey." And I said, "Thank you." He was like, "Because I bought these for you." And I was like, "Thank you." So, and they were not only floor, it's not like floor Taylor, like we were at the stage, like they were floor pit, like we were
what venue?
San Antonio, somewhere in San Antonio. Like we were Luke Combs, like if he sweat, we got it, like we were right there. But like I was crying for every single song. Like at one point there was this woman who like looked next to me, she said, "Honey, he's not worth it." like I was not well, and Bailey's like such a trooper because one, we were still having a good time in my opinion, and she's just like acknowledging that I'm crying, but also like I'm acknowledging you. She like, I also don't like want all the attention of like, "Oh, you're crying, blah blah blah." So it's like, oh, kind of like, but like she's also enjoying the concert, which is like the point. Anyways, and then she comes back with, she's like, "Look," and she has these like two little
like, "Do you think this is real?"
Yeah. And she's like, "Do you think these are real?" And I was like, I was like, "How did you get these?" She's like, "I don't know. I asked some guy about like the bathroom, and he gave us these like backstage passes for afterwards."
Did you meet Luke?
No, but one of my other ex-boyfriends was there trying to get in, and he like name dropped me to get into this backstage.
We like heard him trying to get in, and he was like, "Oh, I know them."
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the same ex-boyfriend that like acted like he didn't know you another time.
Yeah.
He's constantly picking and choosing when he knows.
Picks it. He's like,
"Oh, wait, did he get in?"
He got, well, for a minute, and then someone came up to me and was like, "Do you actually know him?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, I know him."
The funny story about that ex-boyfriend though is I think it was one of the only times, well, it's been so long since we've all brought home a guy for the holidays. And that was back when my ex and Bailey's ex were like, they were like kind of homies. and they were both making fun of your ex-boyfriend because he did not know how to play basketball. He was like the artsy one.
Yeah.
And me and Bailey's exes are like the bros. Like,
They're like, he can't play basketball.
He can play basketball, fucking loser. And
Look at his jump shot.
yeah, but your ex really was so embarrassingly bad at basketball. Like the way he would jump, it was just kind of like a
It's
little.
kind of like he was trying to bond with the boys.
yeah,
It's
but
so
like he
sad.
couldn't. He's like, does anyone have a guitar so I can sing about my feelings?
Okay, but you want to know who loves that ex? Mom.
really?
You saw him all the time on accident.
On accident. Yes. Well, I just walked into it was Aunt Stacy. Aunt Stacy.
Talking to the microphone.
Aunt Stacy and I were walking down Austin, and we heard
Shout out
live
Aunt
music.
Stacy.
And
Walking down Austin.
we're like, "Hey, let's pop in. There's some live music." And all of a sudden, I hear, "Hello, Mrs. Brandt." And I looked up, and
I honestly don't think I would even know what he looks like anymore.
But that literally happened like 3 times. Like, Mom, you ran into him like several times.
yeah, it was
Which
weird.
was so weird.
Well, that brings us to one of the listener questions. What is your least favorite boyfriends of ours? Please don't use
Don't
real
say names.
But use like context clues. You could say my husband,
Tyson.
Tyson.
Duh.
Okay, so that's the answer. Tyson.
No, but like just
for each
name
one of
some
you?
other ones that you fucking hated.
High school for Bailey.
That's what I thought.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles. That's the best nickname for him. Bubbles. Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, Paige and I also hated Bubbles. We were
I
like
think we all disliked Bubbles.
at the
We
gym,
were
at
at
the gym
Bubbles.
with him, and we were like literally circling him like we were like hyenas.
And he's like, what? He's like, if you guys are going to say something, just say something. Just say it.
We're just like walking around his equipment.
You guys are whack.
Bubbles is like,
Getting scared.
Bubbles is pissing his little pants at the weight rack.
He finally was like, come on, just say it. If you're going to say something, say it. We were like, fine, we'll say it, Bubbles.
I'm Bubbles, you little bitch. Bubbles is such a good nickname. Okay, who else? Bubbles.
Even though I never met him, I'm going to say Colorado.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
He's trouble. You don't hate my ex-boyfriend or husband?
I wouldn't say hate.
Yeah.
Pity.
I feel like kind of.
I mean, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I loved Mark so much.
I think you're the only one.
But like when
I loved him.
Yeah, but
yeah, like we
I
loved
sent him a
Mark.
care package.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But like
To the place he went away to.
When he was away for a while.
to the farm that he ran to.
The farm.
The farm up north.
Ugh.
Okay,
Oh
let
wait,
me see.
wait, I have a question. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second.
It would have been a shame if Jade said her question while you were finding.
Couldn't
I know.
possibly. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
As a mom of 3 boys, I want your poor mom's best advice to survive the teenage years.
Oh God.
So she has 3 boys, you have 3 girls, but like teenagers. Help her out.
So I think boys are different, especially teenage years than girls. You guys were combative with me.
Who was the most combative?
You.
That was a quick answer.
I think we all knew that answer.
I think we all know you were the most combative.
But I think boys like try more like dangerous things.
Yeah.
I think they're a
Like
little
motorcycles.
well, like cars, and they just tend to be a little more rambunctious.
Yeah, like we were doing dangerous stuff, but like I think boys
By
are
trusting dangerous boys.
exactly. But like also like girls, we kind of look out for each other a little bit more. Like guys, they're kind of like always trying to one up each other, especially at the age they don't have like their frontal lobe.
They don't think things
Yeah.
through. Where
Like,
I
we
think
can-
girls do think a little bit more. They're just mouthier. I think boys are more physical. They get more in physical harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think girls get harmed by dumb boys.
So basically, you're just saying good
I just
luck.
say, there's a lot of tools out there nowadays that you can keep track of them.
Track their
Oh,
phone.
okay. Let's talk about that. What would you do? Because I was a teenager, like I would say 2002 to 2006 was like my peak teenage years.
Okay,
when I
time
was in
out.
high school.
Did you have a finishing thought, or was that
Oh,
like
sorry.
your like? There's tools out there to like track.
I would, to keep up with them, just as, keep in contact with their parents, make sure everybody's on the same page. You know where they're going, what they're doing as best you can.
Yeah, yeah. You were really big on the. Can I talk to their parent?
Oh yeah. I'm like, they don't.
Well, actually, for me, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Here's their.
I'm like, yeah, hold on. She was asking me to talk to the parent, and then my friend would be like, hello. Or it'd have like one of their older boyfriends who's like way too old to be dating them be like, here you go.
hey, you're the oldest one here. Can you talk to my
Hey,
mom?
talk to my mom.
She needs to talk to an adult.
That's so funny.
Okay. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
Okay, so I was gonna say, like, so my peak, like my high school years, 2002 to 2006, there wasn't like a really good way to track me back then. However, you did. But like, what kind of things did you do? Like, what kind of tricks?
Yours was a little bit harder. So AIM chat was kind of the thing.
Yeah, that's when you stalked my AIM chat, and then you found out all.
I
my
didn't really
secrets.
stalk it. I checked it like a responsible parent would do,
Interesting.
and found out the things you were doing. And
Okay. So that's how you found out about like all the parties I threw. With
mostly,
Lisa. Okay.
mostly, yeah.
Okay, there's also this really funny story that, so if you guys aren't picking up on this, but I was the one who hated rules, and I really was like such a,
And yet Jade's the one who says everyone was so hard on me growing up.
They were, because like if I didn't have
But I hated rules.
I know, but like I would try to be cool with mom and like try to ask her things,
And she'd be like, hey, don't go drinking underage. And I'd be like,
no, that was like
that's
the one thing
fucking
she's
stupid.
No, that was the one thing I was honest with her about, because she would come pick me up.
Yeah, because she didn't want you to die.
I know. So okay, so
Horrible me.
So no, but this is like something that was kind of stupid that she did. Okay, so so one time,
You know what I can't wait for? I cannot wait for Jade to have a child.
my child's gonna be exactly like Hank. He's gonna be
No,
so good.
your child is going to be exactly like you, and I am going to love every second.
No, I think you wasted the good soul on Hank, and then the next child
It's gonna be
me.
The next one's gonna
No, it's
be
gonna be
me.
Tiger.
Oh,
Well, yeah, you're gonna get Tiger.
Oh no. Okay, so anyways, one time I called my mom and I was like, hey, can you call me out for lunch? I really want to go off campus for lunch. And I also have to do an errand. I have to go get like some money out of the bank for something for school. And what did you say?
No,
And what did I do?
left school.
Anyways, and so then of course I go up to the burger place. What was that burger place called?
So
Snarfs?
these are two different times, by the way.
No, I know.
These are two
This is the
different
most
times.
crazy. This is when you were deranged. Okay.
No,
listen, like-
you
First of all-
started it.
Okay.
First of all, you didn't say, I need to leave school to run an errand.
I said I want to go get lunch and I have some shit I need to do.
You said, I want to go off campus to lunch. It was not allowed, and I said no.
But you could have signed me out. That's what I was annoyed with.
But why the fuck are you expecting her to sign you out when you're not supposed to leave for lunch? So you're expecting mom to go out of her day to call the school and be like, "Hey, can my daughter go out for lunch? I'm signing her out." Like, no, like you are unhinged for that.
So then I go and I just walk off campus, like, and I go get in my car with one of my friends, and we go. Oh wait, this is two different stories.
This is two different stories. Both times.
Okay. So first time, I go to lunch and I'm sitting in line at the burger place, and
What
Mom-
burger place?
It's the one that was right by Starbucks. That's now the Summer Moon. What's it called?
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It was called Chaps.
Chaps. And all of a sudden, Mom walks up behind me and she's like, "Hi, what are you doing here?" And I was like, a chill ran down my spine, and I was like, "Fuck." Because of course,
Because you're 0.2 miles away from our house, so why would mom ever be here?
I know. So I was like, "Fuck."
But the funny thing is I never went to Chaps.
I know. I can't believe you were there. Then,
Wait, mom, was that an accident?
Totally an accident. I had no
was
idea.
happenstance.
No idea.
yeah,
that
you
she-
weren't stalking me. I truly believe you just, because I didn't tell you where it was going, and I could have gone anywhere. it was weird. So then, okay, that was one time. Then a separate time. This is when I called her, and I think I did tell you I needed to run an errand, and you said no.
Yeah, because you're in high school. What fucking errand do you need to run?
I need to get some money out.
Okay, not
Because
that
you
badly.
needed to buy something. Didn't you have to buy something to give it to your teacher so you could get out of a test or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Literally-
again, your fault.
Exactly. But I had to try to make it up. So
And mom says, sucks to suck.
Mom said you should have thought about that earlier, and I said sorry. Anyways, okay, so me and my guy friend, I'm like, okay, get in the car, we're gonna go get money. And so I like drive to Chase, and I'm like pulling in, and I'm like, I'm trapped at this moment. As soon as I see mom's car, there was nowhere for me to go because I was like,
And I go to the bank at the same time.
and she's fucking at the bank at the same time, and there's nowhere for me to go but just through. So,
And say how inconspicuous your car was.
and no, this is when I had the Mitsubishi.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like in an eclipse, so I'm like, I'm just gonna drive through and just like hope that she doesn't see me. And of course, this bitch
Put on
has-
a glove when you're putting your little
I'm
arm
like,
out the window.
I think it was my friend Will. I was like, Will, put your fucking head down right now. And so I'm like driving like this. And of course she sees me, and she probably left her money in the fucking tube because
still there.
she was on my tail. And I was like, fuck, she's following me. And she's calling my like,
Yeah, because she doesn't have school. She's like, I can go back to the fucking
she's
ATM.
she's like, bitch, I have time. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So then I'm like,
I felt like Cruella de Vil.
no, literally, you were the Wicked Witch of the East. You were like, like,
I just felt like my hands were like this, not like.
so we are going through the back roads of Keller, which are like, it's like country roads, like not really like well paved, super bumpy. I'm going like 60 miles an hour because I don't fucking care. I'm like, what's a speeding ticket? I don't care.
Wait, right past the high school.
Right past the high school, cops everywhere. Like literally, Keller.
And I'm laying on my horn.
I'm trying to lose you through the back roads, and then I cannot lose you. You are on my tail, and you have like this Suburban, and I swear you were probably catching so much air from the way I was driving, because I went specifically down a road that had like a huge bump that I knew that the Suburban would like, it would
take a while.
yeah, but no, she found me. So then I'm like going, our high school is like kind of divided by a road, and I like go and I park, and I'm like sitting in my car, and me and Will are ducked in the car.
And wasn't he saying, just
He's like,
just
"Please,
answer, and I'm calling you.
And I'm like, deny. I'm like,
just
do not
answer her
it.
call.
No, he's like, please just answer it, because he was truly like just a friend, and he just like knows mom, and he's like, please, I do not want to be associated with you.
He is like your hostage.
He's terrified.
He's terrified, and he's like, please, I know how crazy your mom is, please just answer the phone. And I'm like, shut up, Will, shut the fuck up.
That is not an option.
I'm like, Will, shut up.
Don't answer my fucking phone, Will.
And we're
I
like,
did have that reputation though with your guys' friends.
I know.
Mom, because we'll get to another story later. But I'm like literally crouched in the car waiting for minutes, like probably 10 minutes. And then as soon as me and Will get out of the car, I'm like just run across the street. Mom comes around the corner and she's laying on the horn, screaming out the side of the window. And I'm like, Will, run. And Will's like, run. No, Will's like stopped in the middle of the street. Miss Brandt, I'm sorry. He's like, I did it. It's me. I'm sorry. He like gets on his knees, and he's like,
Puts his hands up behind his head.
and I'm
don't
like, shoot. And I'm running to the front of the school.
And Jade's like, I don't know this man. I don't know that woman.
It was so fucking funny. But mom was not very pleased. Like, I got in trouble
because
all the
honestly,
time.
here's the thing. Sounds like you are a little shit teenager.
Oh my God, I was like the biggest little shit. But like, honestly, like I really was like, it was like harmless things.
But things you definitely should have gotten in trouble for.
Right, and I did. Trust me, I did.
Yeah, and so then don't be like, oh my God, like I had it so much harder than you and Bailey.
I
Me
did,
and
I
Bailey
was
were
like-
not that stupid.
Okay, yeah, because you learn from my mistakes.
Well, and because
And you
like,
guys both didn't have as many friends as I did.
well, friends. Yeah. You had so many friends.
I still have a couple of them.
A couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about your friends.
Hey.
What do your friends call each other? B10. Literally don't. We should do 10. I wish we could do a whole podcast episode on Paige's group of friends from high school. I know some of them probably listen. So, hey girls, but hey, you guys are fucked up.
And you know what? We're doing fine.
Yeah. But there was another story that I wanted to tell about us that you just reminded me of during that story. And I was like, oh, we'll get to that.
About mom.
About me?
Me and mom.
Yeah. Like, it was when I said something about, like, oh, well, like, you. Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, it was something like, well, yeah, like, you were acting out. Of course she was going to be like, oh, you being scary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because one time this is typical Keller. Like, Keller, like, truly puts hair on your chest, like, the way the kids were. I remember
Honey, that's high school.
Yeah, but Keller was on another level of, like, the shit people would do to each other. So I was staying at my friend's house, and I get a call at, like, 6 a.m., and I was like, fuck, like, what did I do this time? Because a call from mom so early was always so scary to me. And she's like, you need to get home now. And I was like, oh, fuck, what did I do? What did she find? What did I do? What did she find? She's like, your fucking friends just destroyed our house. And I was like, oh, so it's not me. Like, I was, like, kind of relieved because I was like, okay, like, it wasn't me. So I get home and I pull up and our front yard is completely destroyed. That it's not just toilet papered, it's spray painted. There's, like, fire, like, remnants.
They did, like, a fire thing under the door. Like, the smoke came through the house.
All the cars were written on, and I was like, oh, fuck, at least it's not me. There was, like, people that we know that we went to high school with, their Christmas decorations that said their names on it were in our yard.
Oh, in, like,
Police
constructions.
Like, so, yes. So I was like, fuck, and mom and dad were, like, mad at me, which I don't know why you guys were mad at me. Like,
I don't think we were mad at you. We were mad at the situation, and we wanted to figure
you
out.
were to blame because you were the one.
No, it's like, what?
Your milkshake brought the boys to the yard.
Exactly. And so, well, the scary thing for you guys was that they did ring the doorbell and they set off fireworks, and so there was, like, smoke and, like, fire at your front door, and, like, and there's literally still, I think, remnants of that on your guys' front porch. Isn't there?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And they, like, spray painted all the trees. So anyways, like, I'm, like, you know, probably hungover, but trying to, like, not be hungover in front of mom and dad because I'm, like, 15. And I'm, like, pulling down, like, all the toilet paper, and we find out who it was because I start, like, talking to people, and they're like, oh, it's, like, all the guys in your grade. And I was like, oh, so they think I'm pretty. Like, so
they think I'm cute.
They think I'm cute. So mom, like, is like, who did it? Like, let's find out. So she calls their moms, and she makes them all come over to our house. And then, of course, she has, like, her friends there to, like, watch. So it's, like, all these boys, and they're, like, on trial. And mom is just laying into them. And I'm in the kitchen just, like, oh, my God. Like, so embarrassed because I'm like, oh, my God, they're not going to like me anymore because she's so mean to them.
They liked me so much that they destroyed my parents' house. And now my mom's ruining it.
No, it was literally like Romeo and Juliet. I was like, oh, no, boys, I'm sorry. We can never be together now because you destroyed my house. But then it was really annoying because the mom of the boys, who she was, like, their lawyer, their representative, she was, like, literally pleading their case, like, could not be more pick me in that moment. Like, look what your fucking sons did. She's like, it's not that bad. They were just trying to have some fun. And I was like, okay, bitch, like, my mom's gonna fucking yell at you.
My mom's gonna kick your ass.
All they had to do was say, I'm sorry.
But they were, like, trying to justify it.
Yeah. I'm sorry would have been done.
And so then that's when mom really let them have it. And it was really scary. And what did the other mom say? She was, like, trying to, like, stick up for them. It was like,
I don't even remember what she said, but she never liked me after that.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like no matter what, I'm going to ride or die for my child. However, like, in the car afterwards. So it's like, if I'm pleading to some other, like, woman being like, here's why my son did this, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to say that to that woman. And when I get in the car.
You would?
I don't know. But then I'm going to get in the car.
I think I would have made you guys apologize.
Well, I think I would say, sorry,
Look,
my kid's an
I think
idiot,
I would
and he's going
what
to
I'm
learn about
saying
it.
if you ride or die for your son and then you get in the car and you look at your son and you're like, you made me look like a fucking idiot, like you're in trouble, blah blah, you know what I mean? It's like I can see that happening in Keller.
Yeah, but I think
like in Keller, like they're like the families are a united front.
I think that the mom in that family would have said, I can't believe what a bitch she was to you.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think she did say that.
Yeah. Well, they were like very, it was not good. But I feel like the appropriate response is like,
apologize.
We are so sorry. Like,
And we're going to clean it up.
and we're going to clean it up. Like,
Mom
what-
would make us
how can
say
we-
sorry.
Yeah. Like, and she would like, I think behind the parents' back, like our back, you say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you did that. I will always have your back, but like, you cannot do that. Like you tell the person, you tell the kid you have their back behind.
Well,
and
you
it's
love the kid, but you're gonna hold them accountable. It's not
Yeah.
like you cut it loose because
Like we've got
he's
this.
stupid.
We have to apologize. This
But
is what we
also
do.
it's like as parents, like don't you think you would like kind of come together? Like it's like my kid fucked up, your kid didn't, and it's like so we're gonna play kind of like we're gonna play these roles, and it's like you're gonna be the one accepting the apology, and like I'm gonna be the one that's like
Helping them
give the
apologize.
apology. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's like we know like you're saying that like all I wanted was an I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna, you know, press charges for like literal property
vandalism.
damage and all that kind of stuff. It's like parent to parent, I'm really sorry, you know, not okay. Like let me help my kid learn this lesson. You help my kid learn this. Like, you know what I mean? Like that would be
Yeah.
like the normal way, I feel like. And that's not how it happened.
because Keller is just not like that.
Yeah. Any other
Anyways.
questions?
No, I think we're like really over on time, so I think we need to wrap it up.
Okay. The one other thing that someone said to me was if you have any like standout like sister, meaning, you know, us sisters, stories that you would like to share.
Any standout sister stories? No, because my favorite stories are the ones you guys tell that I didn't know about. Like especially the one about Bailey when she like held Jade up by her neck. Because that's so not Bailey.
Bailey literally levitated her like The Exorcist.
Bailey with an E. Bailey with an E's birth, actually. That was her birthday.
Okay, one of my most recent favorite stories, I think it was a Christmas story. And we were doing Secret Santa at the time because you guys were all in college, remember? And somehow we messed up names, remember?
Well, who messed up the names? Paige.
No, I think it was Jade.
Well, Jade doth protest too much.
I think you guys switched and someone forgot they switched and two people bought the same person a gift.
And who was that person?
Paige got two presents.
I got
So maybe she did it on purpose. We know how Paige likes a
that's
present.
that's why I said it. Oh, you did this so
No,
you could
but
get.
the thing is like, so I didn't switch with anybody. The thing, you and Dad switched, but you forgot the switch because Dad had me, and you had Mom, and then
But
you
it's
wanted
because
you
Oh,
put-
Dad wanted me.
Dad wanted you, and so the thing is, I ended up with 2 gifts,
And Mom had 0.
and Mom had 0.
And you felt embarrassed because you put your little paws into the mix because you were.
Here's the thing.
It wasn't Paige's fault that it happened.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed because
You
I
were
think
embarrassed because you forgot to get Mom a gift.
Yeah.
And then
And so you kept saying, "Oh my God, it's because Paige wanted 2 presents. She ruined Christmas."
No, because Paige always has to like meddle in the
No,
whole.
I don't meddle. I think secrets are fucking stupid. And so every time we do a Secret Santa, I'm immediately going to say, hey, I have so and so.
That's why we don't do it.
And I want everyone to know, because why does it have to be a secret? If everyone knows who everyone has, and it can be like, hey, like,
what do you want? You're assigned Santa.
you can either get me what you think that I want, or like, here's what I want. I think the Secret Santa is so dumb, and probably only because I can't keep a freaking secret. But that was not my fault. You are the one who forgot the switch. So I ended up with 2 gifts. And you were embarrassed because you forgot the switch. Why would
funniest
I be embarrassed that I got 2 gifts?
No, dumbass.
No,
you were
she's telling-
embarrassed that you didn't get mom the gift.
Okay, I think you're right.
But the best part was we had the discussion. It was kind of a mild discussion for our not getting along, and then Dad goes to the bathroom,
And then Jade keeps
because
saying,
I just keep saying
What do you
it.
keep saying?
I say Paige ruined Christmas.
But you said it at least 7 times in like 1 minute.
right.
yeah. So
and then
How do you feel, Paige, that you ruined Christmas? Oh, Paige, you ruined Christmas. And it's like, I actually, like, I didn't. But I didn't ruin Christmas. But then you kept saying it, and I was like, are you going to keep fucking saying it?
and then she started crying, and then goes, "I always get in trouble."
I did.
Yes. And you stomped off, and Dad came back and he goes, "What the hell happened?"
Because Dad looked at me like, because Mom's like, it's okay. I didn't need a present. Everything's fine. And Paige is like, say it again. And Jade's like, let me hear. And then Dad looked at me and he was like, what? Like, how?
Dad takes like a 5-minute shit and comes back, and he's feeling
All hell is broken
He's
loose.
feeling lighter than ever. Merry Christmas, everybody! And then he comes down, and I'm like, say it again, crying, and you're like, and Mom's like, I don't need a present.
It's always me. I'm always the one getting in trouble.
No, and you know what the sad part about this whole thing is? Like, when we're telling you guys the story, it probably sounds like we were like in middle school, but I was like probably like 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's honestly probably 30.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think you were that old.
That old? Jesus.
5 years ago? No, it was like
I think it was longer ago than that. I think it was like
28,
8 years ago.
probably 8.
Yeah.
Still,
Still.
what I heard from all that is, you're the problem. It's you.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Wow. Happy for you for that one.
That's good. Very topical. Very Psycho Sister and very Christmas.
So who's the psycho sister there?
Well, and
You guys
remember
are
when
both psychotic.
Remember when you just said she probably only wrote the songs that everyone. Wait, or was that you?
no, I said it.
Yeah, you said it. She only wrote the songs that everyone could be like, "It's me, I'm the problem, it's me."
No,
Then
I
you
was talking
literally
about that.
just said it.
No, I literally was talking about Long Live because that's a kind of culty song.
You said that during Antihero.
No, she
No,
didn't.
I didn't. I said
No, I think she
about
did it in Long Live.
Yeah, I didn't see Antihero.
Never mind.
Because I think Long Live is like it's
Yeah, we're not getting
it's
into
culty.
that. We're not getting into
anyways. All right, take us out.
Okay, we gotta go, guys. So, but what you could do for us is to follow us on Instagram, Your Poor Dad Pod. Write us an email, yourpoordad@gmail.com. Take a look at us on Twitter. I mean, TikTok. Jesus.
It's called X.
Oh, Jesus anymore.
Your Poor Dad Pod, and rate, review, subscribe.
Always
definitely-
5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars. Or
Even if you're talking shit about Jade, 5 stars still.
Yeah, and I see somebody the other day was like, Jade, you need to be nicer to Paige and Bailey.
yeah,
And
I saw that too.
Here's the thing. Outsiders are outsiders, and they see it too. So be nicer to your sisters.
I think that was Princess Leia that commented it.
they're like,
Yeah.
what? They're like, what is that tone that Jade talks in? And I'm like, what is that tone?
Jade, I got your back on that one.
Oh yeah, because you are literally
you have the worst tone.
Mom's always sounds like so like bitchy.
Mom's text, K. And I'm like, what did I do? What could I have possibly done to you? And
No.
she's like, nothing. What?
Mom.
I'm in the best mood ever.
Mom's text.
It's a text.
No, but mom's text. Call me.
Who died? Nobody. I was just wondering what you were having for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I came out of the shower and Mom said, answer the family FaceTime. I was like, why did we have a family FaceTime?
I know. It's like, okay, what's going on?
This is an emergency.
Because I am not a texter.
No, but you have to understand how insanely urgent that sounds. Answer this FaceTime, and then you call. Bailey's in the shower. Me and Jade answer. I'm doing like this project for Bailey's classroom, so I'm like very distracted. And you called for the purpose of like being nice. Honestly, you're like, oh, well, you were trying to like you were being funny. Well, I didn't understand that you were trying to be funny at first because you were listening to the podcast and you were trying to
Make a
Because
joke.
you guys were making fun of me.
Yeah, but you took it too far. You're like, oh, my friend was going to Costco and said, and I was like, Costco? Why the fuck are we talking about Costco? But it was like the naked onions or whatever.
Yes.
And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
she said that to me too, and I was like, okay.
well, yeah, we were on the same fucking FaceTime.
Idiot. It was the family FaceTime.
Okay, rate, review, subscribe, guys. We gotta go.
We have to go. Bye, everybody.